Hi everybody, welcome. This is LoveOfPhotography from the Wizard of Light. Welcome to this series called The Love of Photography. I want to ask you a very important question. I ask this of all my students when I'm teaching photography. Why? Why are you into photography? For me, when I was 19 years old, that's when it all started. I developed this serious love of photography, and it all started in the darkroom. Now, for all of us with digital photography, the darkroom is our computers. But the core essence is the same. And I believe the why is very, very important. And I want you to ask yourself that question. Why are you into photography? So for me, I developed this love of photography. I heard other photographers say that a lot of photographers were insecure, and it gave us sort of a sense of purpose, a sense of self-esteem. There's probably a lot of truth to that. But I also believe that for most of us, it's this desire, this drive, this passion for creating visually and capturing moments in our lives and being able to do that successfully. Now, the biggest problem I hear from my students is they want to really get to the core essence of what photography is all about. And I believe I've developed a system, a curriculum that really gets to that quickly. A lot of the students that come to me say, you know, I've taken a college course and I left that program more confused. Your program really helps because I really get into, again, what I feel is your ability to see. So if you stick with me, you'll see that I'm going to convey that to you, and I'm going to give you the right direction so that you can get to your ability to see and capture images using the best composition, the best lighting, in the best tones. That's really quite magical. So I was quite fortunate in that I was able to develop a long, very successful career, and I still continue to this day. So for me, the why I got into photography, which initially was a very, very big passion, and I've maintained that throughout my entire life. I'm 58 years old now, and I started when I was 19. It was in the darkroom. You can see some of the images right here. I shot some of these images when I was 19 years old on a film-based square camera. And I used to bring my camera with me everywhere, and I still do to this day. Now, I highly recommend that you do that as well. This is one of the best ways to really practice. Don't use a cell phone. You're gonna get lazy if you use a cell phone, because with a cell phone, we lack intention. If you have a DSLR, great. If you're going to go for a walk somewhere, if you're going to attend an event or something and it's okay to bring the camera, bring it with you. That way you'll get to practice all the time. You'll get to see different situations and different challenges, and you'll be able to capture those memories as well. So practice is very, very important. So when you're looking into the why, ask yourself, how important is this? I would also recommend that you get yourself a small mirrorless system. If you haven't got a camera yet, and you're looking at buying one, I would seriously consider jumping right into the mirrorless versus the DSLRs. They're light, they're fast, they're very, very high quality, and they're easy to take with you. I tell my students, you know, they have these cases with all these lenses and they have a tripod. You know, it's cumbersome to bring that with you. So make it so that you can bring bare bones so that it's easy to bring the camera system with you. Mirrorless does a lot of that. Or get yourself a point and shoot. If you want to break the budget, having a point and shoot is just as good as having a DSLR in most cases, because you're practicing the same principles. Now, I still, to this day, I still practice my photography constantly. Not only, like I mentioned earlier, not only do I get to earn a pretty good living shooting weddings, families, babies, children, commercial photography. In my job, in my studio, my professional studio, it's kind of cool that I get to get paid for doing something that I really, really love. But when I go on holidays, and often when I go for a walk, a hike, if I go visiting somebody, I often bring my camera with me. 90% of the time, I bring my point and shoot. I bring a little Sony with me. And I'm always shooting. I'm always capturing images. You can see some of the images right here. Some of these images are from traveled to the Caribbean, to Europe, to Costa Rica, etc., etc. I'm constantly impassioned and wanting to constantly play the game of photography. So for me, the why is pretty big. So ask yourself that question, why are you into photography? And I'll bet you we have a lot in common. You feel very passionate about it. You love creating images. And you want to create images that have that wow. That's so important. Feels good. Everybody else loves it too. Plus you get to use some of those images as decor. We have pictures all over our house, from our lives, from our travels, from our events. So photography is a big deal. And I think that's the biggest why. It's just a big deal. And I love it. I love photography. So welcome. Do subscribe down below. And look for number 2 in the rest of the series. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at rob@wizardoflight.com. Thank you. Bye for now.